We begin tonight with tragic news of a life cut short. TLC band member Lisa Left Eye Lopes was killed last night in a car crash in Central America. It happened in Honduras. Authorities say she lost control of a rented SUV she was driving. They also say 7 other people in the car were injured. Correspondent Jennifer Jones takes a look back at Lisa Lopes's life.
You can't spatially expand my horizon.
A promising career cut short for 30-year-old Lisa Lopes, the member of the popular R&B trio TLC, was killed in a car crash in Honduras. In a short time, she had achieved a level of success that many in the music world only dream about. But not all had been good for the Philadelphia native known as Left Eye. Financial troubles led the group into bankruptcy. And in 1994, there was Lopes's brush with the law. In a fit of rage, she burned down her boyfriend's mansion, the home of NFL star Andre Rison. Lopes pleaded guilty to arson and was sentenced to a halfway house and probation. But despite their rocky relationship, Lopes and Rison had reunited. They were even in the process of opening a business together, right here, a night spot in downtown Atlanta. Perhaps one of many projects that will go unfinished. Lopes will likely be remembered for the long haul, a creative writer that had a way of connecting and came to realize what she said was her responsibility to children.
I know how energy works, and you know, words are so powerful, so I feel responsible for the things that I say.
What's your name, Lisa? I'm Jennifer Jones, BET Nightly News. TLC sold more albums than any other female group. BET's Laverne Atkinson talked to industry insiders about Lopes's contribution to the music world.
What's your name, Lisa? And where you from?
The news of Lisa Left Eye's death came as another shock to the music industry. Just as people were getting over the passing of R&B singer Aaliyah, Lopes' untimely death has brought another dark cloud over the hip-hop community. Talk show host Ananda Lewis has fond memories of Lopes.
Things that would happen to any of us that we would want to shut out the world on, she was forced to let everybody in on, the whole world, millions of people, and she withstood even that and continued to try, whatever the consequences were. I respect that.
Power 105.1, New York's new #1 for hip-hop and R&B, as we remember the life and the legacy and the music of Miss Lisa Left Eye Lopes from the group TLC.
Power 105 morning show hosts Ed Lover and Dr. Dre heard the sad news from friends on their two-way pagers. They dedicated this morning's program to her memory.
She needed to be shown that kind of respect because of the kind of artist that she was, and she had a lot of fans.
She had her own separate wheel that she wanted to do, but she also was a group player. So, I mean, it's a devastating loss all the way around.
Lopes had recently signed with Suge Knight's The Row Records.
My condolences go to her family. My condolences go to her fans. And more of all, my condolences go to her.
She had taken on a new name, Nina, and had recorded new material that has not been released.
She recorded some stuff, but I'm not even thinking about putting anything out because, you know, the thing about, like I was saying earlier, I think it's sort of sad every time it be a tragedy and people try to turn the tragedy into treasure.
Knight says he doesn't know when he'll release her new songs. He says she was about to dominate the industry.
I think she was going in the right direction of being one of the best artists in the business.
Lewis, who has worked with the best in the business, agrees.
And there are a lot of people with, you know, I think, stories to tell about how her music saved them or changed them in some way, and moving people internally is what music originally was made to do.
Laverne Atkinson, BET Nightly News.
Lisa Lopes grew up in Philadelphia. Many of her family and friends still live there. Her aunt spoke exclusively to BET Nightly News about the Lisa Lopes she remembers.
Lisa was the first grandchild in our family, on our side of the family, so she was always a special child, always seemed to have something special about her. She walked at 7 months. I was with her when she took her first steps. She grew up interested in music. My brother was in the Army band. She labels herself an Army brat because they were traveling around years and years in the Army. My brother played many instruments, and she attributes her musical talents to my brother. She's very artistic and creative. She's always been able to draw, paint, create. She could do anything. She could really do anything she set her mind to. And when she was a teenager, she decided she wanted to be a rapper. So while she was in high school, she was supposed to be writing her assignments. She used to write raps, and she had a little friend at school that she would rap with, and they said they were going to go off and be rich and rap someday.
Lopez's aunt said her niece spent a lot of time on Honduras's northern coast. She says Lopez often visited a healing village which practices a form of African herbal medicine. The so-called Usher Herbal Research Institute is run by Dr. Sebi. We caught up with him today in Los Angeles. He says Lopez came to him asking for help.
She was stressed, past experiences she told me about. I said, we have had people that were schizophrenic, paranoia, and insane, completely insane for 11 years. And they recovered. So I can't see why we can't help you. So she said, okay. Then after a while, I saw Lisa laughing and playing and joking. She was cooking for me. She cooked for everyone. And it was fun because sometime at the village she would cook. People loved her cooking because she was good. And she was also good in extending her love to people. That was never a problem with Lisa.
Dr. Sebi was so inspired that he was in the process of building a home near the retreat. Well, we'll have more on this story later in our show. In just 15 minutes, we'll have a recent interview with Lisa Lopes in which she talks about her life and her And now another look at the star we lost today, Lisa Lopes. Before her untimely death, Lopes appeared to have a new outlook on life. She stepped away from TLC for a time in 2000 and launched her first solo album. After years of excess, an older and wiser Lopes spoke of clean living and a devotion to helping others.
I know how energy works, and you know, words are so powerful, so I feel responsible for the things that I say, because there are a lot of children, and not even children, just a lot of people who are very influenced by music. And I used to wish that my life would end, you know, if I was 20, I would say, oh, I can't stand it I don't know if I'm going to live to be another 20 years. I can't go through another 20 years of what I've been through. You know, my mom would look at me and say, oh, I'm so sad to hear you say that. And if you don't know what it feels like to be happy, you don't know what you don't know, you know. So it's like there's no hope. But doesn't really have to be that way. So I just want to make music.
The death of Lisa Lopes continues on BET Tonight with Ed Gordon. His guests will include ex-football star Andre Rison, also music video producer Billy Woodruff, Lisa Lopez's protege Natinya Reed, and from the group Black, Jamie Foster Brown, editor-in-chief to Sister magazine, and Frank Ski, host of an Atlanta morning show. For the BET Nightly News, I'm Jackie Reed. Good night.